All right, what's going on, everyone? Chris of Chef Sports Cards here. We are doing 2024 Topps Pro Debut third hobby case break number 5. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Especially if you're new to the channel, welcome. Bit about us. We've been around for over 7 years now. We break mostly baseball. We ship all cards from every break. We're very generous with the top loading. We ship as quickly as our little hands will move. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. eBay, help a brother out with this whole subscribe button thing. Hit the like button too. Why not? It's right there. I mean, helps my ego. eBay continues to run their sweepstakes. No purchase necessary there. Go to any of our eBay listings, look in the description. There's a link. Follow that, do what it says, and you can win some free cards. Easy peasy. And of course, chefsportscards.com. There's a few people here. We just have those couple composite breaks up there. We're going to break those tomorrow night for anybody here who's in that. If they don't fill, I'm just going to take whatever spots are left. I'm just sick of looking at it at this point. So, but if you want to still get in, grab a spot, and we'll be breaking those tomorrow. All right, let's go over the teams. D-backs, Derek M, Braves, Dave B, Orioles, Patrick A, Red Sox, Thomas K, Cubs, William R, White Sox, Gabriel P, Reds, Dan K, Guardians, Anthony G, Rockies, Greg B, Tigers, Kyle R, Royals, Darren M, Astros, Derek M, Angels, Joshua F, Dodgers, Richard M, Brewers, Joshua F, Twins, Rory J, Marlins, Matthew T, Mets, Greg B, Yankees, Anthony G, A's, Joshua F, Phillies, Matthew T, Pirates, Daryl D, Cardinals, Josh W, Padres, Ernest K, Giants, Joshua F, Mariners, Ryan H, Rays, Stephen M, Rangers, Brian C, Blue Jays, Rob B, and Nationals, Gerald D. Daryl, I'm sorry, I said Daryl. Sorry for my voice. My allergies are just killing me today. I sound like I have a frog in my throat. All right, let's open some cards. Opening cards, it's a cure-all for everything. Always makes you feel better. All right, here we go. Good luck, everybody. Had a lot of fun pro debut this weekend. A lot of nice hits. Keep it up tonight. Jackson Churio Road to the show. Might take us an extra day to get everything out. Usually we have everything out Monday, Tuesday from the weekend, but a lot of sorting with pro debut this weekend. So Jackson Wiggins Chrome. So might take an extra day than usual. Not just the fact that we have to sort, just the fact that I have to sorting pro debut always takes a little longer. Making sure all the right teams are. I always end up with a pile of cards. I'm like, oh damn, what team is that again? I have to look up. Noah Schultz, Cannonballers Chrome. I was gonna ask you, man, how'd you do? Did you get anything good in the baskets? Mike Bove for the Timber Rattlers, which is the Brew Crew. What is it? What was it, like a fundraiser type of thing, or like a silent auction, like blind bid type of thing? I meant to ask you last night when you mentioned it. Yordi de Los Santos, numbered 4 of 10 for the Pirates. For Daryl. There you go, buddy. You got a nice basket. You got a red auto. Four of 10. Oh, need to find a super fractor. We had a red Topps Chrome at 5 last night. Ah, nice. Sounds like fun. Parker Messick for the Guardians, right? Captains or the Guardians, I believe. Right? It's one of the ones I always screw up or never remember exactly. Camden Minacci. So here you want. I'll tell you a story. My wife goes out this morning. Now understand, Angel Janelle Chrome. Um, my wife doesn't not support my card business and stuff, or my addiction to cards. She doesn't usually. She's not a. What's the word I'm looking for? She's not an enabler. Let's call her that. That's the best way to say it. Which means I can literally count on both hands the amount of times my wife has ever bought cards for me. CC Sabathia throwback, Cole Young. But on a rare occasion, she will. Christmas or something like that. So my wife goes to Wawa this morning and she's standing in line and she sees they have a box of Bowman retail sitting there. And she's like, honestly, I wouldn't have even noticed it or paid attention to it if I wasn't stuck waiting in line. So she felt like being nice to me today and she grabs a pack of Bowman retail. So I'm doing listings this morning at my computer and she comes and she goes, here, I got you this at Wawa. And I go, oh, wow, thanks. Like, it took me by shock. It really did. And I actually saw them there a couple weeks ago at Chiefs Jaworski. They were selling them for $5. So anyway, it sits there for like 20 minutes while I'm still doing it, and I decide to open it. And lo and behold, there's a gold Otani anime in a $5 retail pack, numbered 40 of 50. Don't sleep on the packs at Wawa, man. I was like, oh my God. She said, what? I was like, it's huge. It's like a $2,000 card. Not expected at all. Cabrera for the Tortugas to 99, which is the Reds, of course. Sometimes it is, Daryl. You're right about that. Sometimes it is. When you're married for 27 years, you take what you can get, you know? She was like, it's worth how much? I was like, I swear to God. I said, this is like a $1,500 card, $2,000 card. She's like, nah, come on. And so I showed her online. I was like, here you go. One sold 2 days ago for $1,700. She was like, she's like, damn, I should have opened it. I was like, Robbie Snelling, X Fractor for the Padres. Yeah, it was nice of her. I mean, it's not like I said. She's not against the cards or anything. Like, obviously, I run a fairly large business with it. She just doesn't add to it, you know. And in her defense, she never says a word to me about it, so it's not like she gives me hell about it or anything. Here's the Diamond Spencer Jones. So Dylan Lesko for the Padres, numbered 151 of 175. Padres is Ernest. Here you go, buddy. So now between that, I'll tell you guys another story. The Cleveland Browns, they suck. So I am not a big gambler, okay? I've had my days. I enjoy playing cards every once in a while if I can, but I don't really have a lot of time or don't go out of my way to do it. Francesa Chrome. And I used to bet football years ago and then had an experience with a bookie that really pissed me off and I stopped betting for many, many, many years. So on a rare occasion here or there, I'll bet a game or two on DraftKings or whatever, you know. So a couple weeks ago, my son and I were talking, and my son goes to University of Tennessee down in Knoxville. and we were talking about the team because they're very good. And they were playing. Who did they play last week? I don't know. Some lousy team they played last week, and they were favored by they were giving like 42 points. So I said to him, I was like, "Are they going to cover 42?" He's like, "Absolutely." Sebastian Walcott, hero of the diamond. So I said, "Okay, I'm going to take your advice. I'm going to bet on him." So I put I put a $50 wager on Tennessee, and I'm a very big sucker for the like promotional bet stuff when it's there. I bet something else, and that won. They both won, and I won like 150 bucks, right? Jacob Wilson. So, and that's it. That's all I bet for the weekend. Like I'm not habitual or anything like that. So this weekend came along, and they were playing NC State, and I said, "Are they going to cover?" I asked my son. They were given 9. He's like, "Absolutely." I said, "Okay." So I bet them again. And I got tricky this time. I parlayed it with the over, and I sweated it out a little bit because they only covered the over by a point. But I bet 50 bucks. I won like 180, right? So at this point, I'm up like $400. So last night I was looking at, the bet I placed yesterday and blah, blah, blah. And they had this promotional bet on there. Hanley Ramirez throwback, Matt Shaw. Now, some of you who use DraftKings might have seen this. For the first week of the season, they had this promotional bet where if you bet if okay, so the deal was if there's a kick returned for a touchdown, that's the first leg. Like there has to be somewhere in the league today, there had to be a kick return for a touchdown. And then if that happened, you could bet on a defense to score. Devin Saltabon for the Phillies for Matt. And if they scored a touchdown in the game, the defense or special teams, you would share in $1 million prize pool. And you just had to bet $5. And I was like, well, I'm up like 400, so why don't I try this? So I'm like, the Browns had the best defense last year. Let me bet on the Browns. Sure as hell, the Cardinals ran one back earlier today, so the whole bet was in play. And all the Browns had to do on special teams or defense was score a touchdown, and I would have been a winner, and they sucked. Roman Anthony, that's how they get you. Hopefully someone won that bet. I was more interested to know like how much that would be because you had to take a cut against how many other people place the bet and won. So, if 1,000 people won, well, it'd be a million divided by 1,000, or if 10 people won, it'd be a million divided by 10. But the lousy Browns couldn't come through for me, so here I sit, less $5 in my wallet. Matt Shaw, a little color match action for the Smokies, aka the Cubbies. 89 of 150 for William. So, needless to say, I am $5 lighter in my pocket, and now I really hate the Browns. The worst part was the opening kickoff of the game, the Browns ran it back to like the 40-yard line, like the opposite 40. Like, if he would have gone, that would have been it. But the chef's luck ran out at the Otani this morning, apparently. All right, box 2. Here we go. So I hope someone out there won money today that I didn't win. That'll make me happy. Number to 299, 8 of 299, Arjun Nimala for the Blue Jays. Nice. For Rob. Here you go, buddy. Eat a good one. Dana Chrome. The Dust Devils is the Angels. That's right. The Angels have some weird names for their minor league teams. The 66ers and the Trash Pandas and Quinn McDaniel. Who's playing tonight? What's the night game tonight? Vargas, top scrum. A lot of young quarterbacks getting beat up today, that's for sure. Jackson Holiday. Drew Hackenberg Chrome. Oh, Rams Lions. That's a big one. Man, everyone's loving it all over the Lions this year, huh? I mean, I'd be totally fine with the Lions winning. I mean, they're, what, 2 years ago, they were like, a couple of years back, they couldn't win a single game. Blade Tidwell for the Rumble Ponies, a.k.a. the Mets. For Greg. You go, buddy. Oh, it's 3-3 right now? Rock Riggio. It's funny, I always feel like they have a tendency with football teams. I mean, don't get me wrong, Detroit had a great year last year, but like to get a little blind to it, like football is the one sport where like 1 year you can be in the Super Bowl and the next year being like last place. It doesn't happen in a lot of other sports like that, but hell, look at the Eagles last year. Started 10-1 and lost every game down the stretch. They looked horrible. Hunter Haas. It's just that easy. And apparently it was all over attitude. Like people were pissed at each other in the locker room or something from what everyone said. Like, seems crazy to me, but we got Top Scrum Jumbos coming up after this. Old Scott rolling back on the Reading Fighting Phils. Yvonne Melendez for the Sod Poodles, a.k.a. the D-backs. I love the fact that the Eagles won the other night. I hate it when the Eagles don't play on Sunday. Manuel Bonilla for the Blue Jays. 90 of 199. Like, it just... Like, I hate when you have to wait for Monday Night Football. I like Sunday, 1 p.m. I'm a huge fan of that time. Which must suck if you live on the West Coast. Like, so football starts at what, 10 a.m. on the West Coast every week? Like, it's a little early on a Sunday to be doing football. But, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was great. They won the other night and everything, and they're playing in, I don't know, Antarctica or wherever they were. Joe Vitrano, but I like a good Sunday game. Bryce, what's up, buddy? You guys leaving tomorrow, Bryce? What time you got to get up and do that? Aiden Miller rode to the show. Baycare Ballpark to the bank. Citizens Bank Park. 6 a.m. Ooh, man. You got to get the kids rolling and everything. What time are you getting up, man? You must be getting up early. Max Clark. That's one thing I hate about travel, especially when you have kids. Like, You always tend to go real early in the morning because, you want it that first day, you want to have time and whatever. Like, now that my kid's grown up, my wife and I go somewhere, we're like, a noon flight is fine. Like the amount of times I was dragging a stroller through an airport at like 4:30 in the morning. Ugh, it's brutal. Yeah, man, it is too early. Now you said you were in a hotel tonight, right? Or is that you're going to the hotel and then going, right? Didn't you say that? I think I picked that up. Diaz. It'll all be worth it once you get there. Just kids will have fun, and that means you'll have fun. Yeah, at least they put you in that hotel. That's cool. Jesus Baez for the Metsies. And for Greg. There's no shortage of Mets hits in pro debut. I'll tell you that. Saltaban. Got everything, everybody ready to go? Everyone excited? The kids bouncing off the walls or what? Jackson Churio. Kendall George, 1 per box X Fractor for the Dodgers. Oh, he's never been on a plane? Really? Tell him it's nothing. Not nowadays, nothing. When we flew when we were kids, that was a different situation. It was a little more dangerous back then. Max Clark, Hero of the Diamonds. I don't mind flying. I just hate how uncomfortable planes are. Planes are just uncomfortable as hell, especially domestic flights. Go overseas on nicer airlines, it's a little different, but just tell them, like, if you have turbulence or whatever, it's just like running over bumps in a road. That's all it is. Nothing. Paul Skeens. Lombard. Chrome. Yeah, man. No, not a lot of room on a 737. That's just what I hate. Like, honestly, my vacations, honestly, like, are curtailed around how long I have to be on the plane because I'm good for about 3.5 hours. Anything more than that, I want to rip someone's head off. Velasquez and Waltrip for the Braves, numbered 104 of 150. Like, people talk about like going to Hawaii. My wife's talked about, she's been there before. She's like, oh, we should really go to Hawaii. I'm like, yeah, no. Like, not unless you want to fly first class and pay 10 grand a ticket. Yeah, no, you're right, Anthony. You're absolutely right. But that's where the issue is. Like, they just keep jamming more seats in them. I agree with you 100%. I've flown overseas a few times on like Lufthansa and what was that one out of the Middle East? Oh man, I can't think of the name of that airline. Man, they were so nice, so much room in them. Then you get on like a, you know, United flight, and you're like, oh my gosh, like being packed in like sardines. And God forbid you ever fly one of the really cheap airlines. Man, I made that mistake last year. Caden Wallace. The Naturals is the Royals. That's right. Royals. For Darren. So last year, 39 of 199. We were going to Knoxville to see my son. Was that the Knoxville trip? I think it was. When the hell did we go? God, I can't even remember now. Oh, Parents Weekend last year, which was in September, like the end of September. Brock Roden for the Nuts, 26 of 99 for Seattle. and I flew Spirit Airlines. Oh, and first of all, if anyone's familiar with Knoxville, they have a very very small airport. So like when we went the other time last year, we flew to Nashville the other time and then drove to Knoxville. It's like hour and 45 minutes or whatever. So flights tend to be expensive no matter what going into Knoxville, in and out of Knoxville, because it's just a really small airport. They don't have a lot of flights that go there. Vargas. But we were planning this thing in advance, and I saw Spirit was going there, and the tickets were like 139 or something like that. I was like, oh wow, that's awesome. Yeah, okay. Then you get there, and they nickel and dime you to death. Like it's incredible. I've never been on a flight like that before, where it's like, oh well, your bags are $200, and your this is this, and oh, did you want, like it's incredible, like how much they can suck out of you while you're there. Don't believe those ads when you see like 129 anywhere, man. By the time you pay for all the extras, it's like $500. It's crazy. Braden Taylor. You're better off just going with the more expensive flight. In the end, it'll actually save you money. Yeah, good. That's right. Like I said, part of it was the fact that it was a Knoxville flight, so that had a lot to do with it. Because, like I said, it's not an easy place to get the flights you want in and out of there. The Lauder, because it's so small. Yeah, if you can, yes, you're right. You can fly cheap with a backpack if you can just get away with it. You're absolutely right. But they find a lot of ways to charge. Colby Thomas, Would you care for water? Yeah, sure. Okay. $12 for water? Like, okay. Derek. It's one of those things where like you have to, and again, when I was 22, I wouldn't even thought, I wouldn't even sweat it. Just find me the cheapest. But you do get a point in your life where you're like, listen, I have the money. Let's just spend it, for some comfort and peace of mind. Kirsten Waltrip. Don't get me wrong, I'm up for a good deal like anyone, but there is a point where you have to value your time. How much is your time actually worth? What's up, Paul Skeens? Chrome. It's funny how now there are all these like cheaper airlines, whereas back in the day when I was younger, if you wanted to fly cheap, you had to fly to like certain airports. Like you flew to Midway in Chicago instead of O'Hare. And I used to always joke with my wife when I lived in Chicago. It was the late '90s, and my wife lived here in Philadelphia. We were married, but we lived separate for like 4 years. And Hurston Waltrip for the Braves, for David. And she used to come out one weekend a month to visit. And she would always fly the same flight, and it went to Midway. And back then, the only way you got like a cheap flight was you flew into Midway. You didn't fly into O'Hare. And this was pre 9/11, so like you could go to the gate and stuff, not things you are unthinkable now, but and I used to joke because it's the only time I ever saw so many like it felt like lords. These flights would let out. It was just like the people that would come off them were amazing. Austin Charles X Fractor. But that's the way it used to be. It used to be like, if you wanted cheap flights, you flew into certain airports. You didn't, they didn't have the cheaper airlines flying into every airport like they do now with Southwest and Spirit and, those type of places, those type of airlines. Ethan Solis. Midway is packed nowadays. Really, I haven't been there since I lived out there years ago. I mean, the 25 plus years ago was the last time I was in there. Jacob Melton for the Hooks, Corpus Christi Hooks, 4 of 75, which would be Miami. I'm assuming. Oh no, is that Astros? Yeah, the Astros Hooks. Wait, is it? No, I had to double check that one. Corpus Christi Hooks. It sounds and looks like a Marlins, but I can't remember that one. Oh yeah, every couple months. I take you live out there, or you travel through there. Yeah, that was around the time when they redid Midway. It's a lot nicer now than it used to be. They did a bunch of. I mean, they might have since then, but like in the late '90s, they did a lot of construction in Midway and really build it up to be much nicer. Oh, you live in Colorado? Okay. Yeah, if you're going past Chicago, you're gonna going west. You're gonna have a lot of flights stop there. Winnipeg for the Braves. Bryce, do you fly direct tomorrow at least out to where do you fly to LA? Ontario. Skeens Heroes of the Diamond. Well, that's nice. At least you don't have to change planes or anything. My poor wife was away on business last week down in Alabama. It's just, I mean, for anybody's from the South, where she had to go was Muscle Shoals, De Los Santos. But from here to there, it's like you got to fly here to DC and DC to Tennessee and Tennessee to Huntsville and then get in a car and drive an hour. And I was like, oh my God. It's like, isn't there a more convenient place you guys could have these meetings? Because she has to do it like twice a year. And it's like takes all day to get from. I'm like, why don't you just drive? You could drive it in the same amount of time. De Los Santos to 150 for the Pirates. Really nice down there. I need some top loaders. Roquefort. Yeah, sometimes. That's another big thing of mine. I am a direct flight guy. Dominic Keegan. The days of layovers, I do everything to whenever I travel, it's the first thing I look at. Direct flights. I remember we went out to LA one time with my son. My wife's cousin was getting married. Robbie Snelling for the Padres in La Jolla, Southern California, right outside of San Diego. And my son was in the wedding. He was like 3 years old. And I don't remember why, but probably more so because we were just broke more than anything. But we had to book the flight kind of last minute. And I really, like I said, I don't really remember exactly why. And we ended up having to change planes twice to get out there. We had to go to Minnesota, and then we had to go to Colorado, go to Denver. And I was like, yeah, never again. I've had enough of this. Cade Horton. Why is that one upside down? That's not a image variation. That's this picture. That's weird. I'll leave it on the side just in case. It's the number. 23. Aren't they all 23? Yeah. Just a mistake, I think. Brando Maya, Chrome. Does it? Yeah. Is that's the newer one in Denver? DIA? Is that what it's called? Like this was a long time. This was like a while back, but isn't that Denver airport? Isn't that fairly new? The new one or newer one? It's the place they have all the like conspiracy theories about and stuff. It's the only reason why I know it because I heard like there's supposed to be all these crazy conspiracy theories about it. It's absurd to me, but there's a Dylan Cruz Chrome. Yeah, they are funny, right? Like I'm not really like a conspiracy theory guy. I enjoy a good conspiracy theory. I don't really believe in them, but some of the ones for that airport are really strange. And I'm like, why in the world this place? All right, box number 4. It all started with a yeah, that exactly. I've heard that. It's funny you bring this up. I just heard it's not the first time, but I just heard someone talking about it this past week, like on a Instagram post or something, but I've heard it before. And how they think there's this whole like underground. It's so weird, creepy. Albert Rios on the old 66ers, which of course, as I'm sure you all know, is the Angels. For Joshua. Who knows? Maybe it's right. Maybe they know what they're talking about. People just have too much time on their hands. That's all it comes down to. They need stories to make their life filled. Shim, Topps Chrome. Hey again, guys. Not that I have any reason or any affiliation whatsoever, but I've brought this up a few times the last few weeks. SGC right now is doing $12 grading on any Topps Chrome card from any year in any sport. Doesn't even have to be a sport. It can be a non-sport. So if you got some like old Otani rookies lying around or, stuff like that, very good time to check them out. I make not 1 cent or have any connection to them, but it's a pretty good deal. And they're really, really quick these days. Just while it just popped in my head again. So whenever it does, I just kind of bring it up. Yeah, SGC. $12. Any Topps Chrome card, any year, it could be Topps Chrome tennis from 2008. Like they're doing them. So if you're into grading or if you want to check it out, Tommy Troy, like even these, you could get, the Topps Chrome from here graded. You could get Garbage Pail Kid Topps Chrome cards, anything, And if you haven't done grading before, if it's something you always wanted to try, it's pretty inexpensive and a good one to maybe do your first one on and get a feel for it, how it works and stuff. Ivan Melendez for the Sod Poodles or the D-backs. 105 of 150 for Derek. Yeah. I'm not a big PSA fan personally. I mean, they're fine. There's nothing. I just actually like SGC better. I think they do a better job. I like their tuxedo look better, and I hate waiting for PSA. But I don't really grade a lot for profit. It's more just for personal stuff that I do. So I mean, if I have something really big that it's going to make a profound difference, then I'll send it to PSA. Alex Sanchez for the Everett Aqua Sox or the Mariners. 128 of 150 for Ryan. Yes, I agree 100%. I agree with you 100%. But I don't, to be honest, a lot of stuff I sell I don't grade unless it's really going to make a massive difference. Because to me, the amount of time you wait and all that doesn't make up for it. Plus, everybody has this ridiculous a 9 is same as raw thing in their head these days. Brock Jones, that you might as well just sell him raw if that's the case, because God forbid it comes back as a 9, because you have no idea what you're going to get on anything anymore. Guys just make it up as they go along. What is this? Wow. Look at this thing. Fabrics of the Future, Teamer Johnson. Relic auto on card. Very nice. 47 of 99 for the Pirates. Thing's awesome. Look at that. They put a relic back in. I was just talking yesterday about how I missed the relics from Pro Debut when they used to do like the hot dog guys and stuff like that. Daryl, there you go, man. That's a nice one. And like I said, 90% of what I grade anyway is either for giveaway or my personal stuff. So most of the stuff I get, I give away on breaks and stuff. That thing is awesome, man. Congrats. I guess it's like a piece of a sock or something. There you go. Nice. Yeah, I didn't even know they had I didn't think they had any relics in there. I didn't know they were doing those this year. We'll take it. Saltaban on the X-Fract for the Phils. I'm telling you, I got to pull out my collection of old Pro Debut relics. I have like a piece of a jersey from a Taco Tuesday team. Like there's actually a story behind that. Jackson Holiday Heroes of the Diamond. It was one of the California teams. This was before the realignment, so I'm not sure if I gotta find the card. I'm not sure if they're still around or not, but they on Tuesdays they do a Taco Tuesday thing, and they would how they do like in the minors where they do all different uniforms for like one day of the week or whatever. So they wear these crazy like mariachi hats and this and that. And Colt Emerson, they had during the 7th inning stretch every Tuesday, they'd have a all you can eat like a taco eating contest. And the winner would win like $100 Taco Bell gift card or whatever. So here they are. They were doing this. This was probably like the year before COVID, 2019 or somewhere around there. And they were doing their usual, 7th inning stretch taco contest. And the guy was like 38 years old and had a heart attack in the middle of it and died on the field. Not funny that the guy died, obviously, but like only at a minor league baseball game would you see that. Like, and it ended up I read a whole article, but it ended up the guy had some kind of, I don't know, defect in his heart or whatever. And the tacos actually had nothing to do with it. It's just bad luck more than anything. Alex Sanchez, but they had to end their whole Taco Tuesday because of that poor guy. But it's like something that not fun, not funny, but you get what I mean. Like just typical for a minor league baseball team. Heroes of the Diamond, Dylan Cruz. Like I think of that and think of like, remember this movie Basketball? And they're like, oh, what a thing to happen on Dozen Egg Night. And all they end up with the eggs. Like, what a shame, but kind of weird. Ty Floyd. Anyway, the reason I'm telling that story is because one of the cards I have has a piece of one of the jerseys from those Taco Tuesday jerseys that were retired after this poor man's death. There was another one too that I have. It was like the hot dog vendor at some stadium. They took a shirt and made cards out of it, and they used to be fun. But then what happened was when COVID happened, most people don't know this, but when COVID happened, they shut down that minor league season and they didn't have anything to do for the next year. So that's when they went to the 4 autograph thing and the Chrome cards. Because it used to be 2 autos and 2 relics in a hobby box. I don't even remember if they did jumbos back then. I think they only did hobbies. I can't remember. To 299, Luis Lara for the Brew Crew. The Timber Rattlers. Joshua. Here you go, buddy. Zentello Chrome. All right, last couple packs. Uh, 191 of 199 De Los Santos. I feel like we've had a bunch of these. Keed Kula. I can't. I wish I could remember what team that was. Cam Fisher and Jake Bloss on the back. All righty, folks. That is going to do it. I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. As always, I couldn't do this without y'all, and I do truly appreciate it. If you're not in our last break coming up, please stay safe, stay healthy out there. We will be back. Oh, Bowman Chrome this week. Big release. Old Bowman Chrome coming out on Wednesday. We'll have, there's actually stuff up on eBay already. And we'll have some up on our website also. I'm going to check that out. Let's see. And next week we'll also have more Pro Debut and Topps Chrome and all kinds of fun stuff. A lot of that, dude. And all invoices went out already earlier. Went out before the break started. Should have gone out. Should have been paid already. All right. Do a hit recap. All right, hit recap for 2024 Topps Pro Debut, third hobby case break number 5. A couple of chromes of Cruz and Skeens. The 1 per box X Fractors, Robbie Snelling, Kendall George, Austin Charles, and Saltabon for the Phils. Very cool fabrics of the game that I was shocked by. Fabrics of the future, they're called. Timur Johnson. It's on card. Very nice. To 99. Parallels. Matt Shaw to 150. Jacob Melton to 75. Dylan Lesko to 175. Hurston Waltrip to 150. Brock Roden to 99. De Los Santos to 150. Alex Sanchez to 150. And De Los Santos again to 199. You have to do the rainbow on the De Los Santos. Autographs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Base autos of Parker Messick, Devin Saltabon, Blade Tidwell, Jesus Baez, Colby Thomas, Hurston Waltrip, Robbie Snelling, Albert Rios. Numbered Topps Chrome Auto, Ricardo Cabrera to 99. Let's see what other Chrome Autos we had. Any other Chrome Autos? No. And the non-Chrome Autos, Mike Bovey for the Brew Crew to 99. Ivan Melendez to 150. Luis Lara to 299. Caden Wallace to 199. Emmanuel Bonilla also to 199. Arjan Numala to 299. And Yordi De Los Santos to 10 for the Pirates. All right, folks, again, thanks so much for joining us. I do appreciate it. Please stay safe, stay healthy out there, and I hope to see you all soon. We will be back in 5 with Topps Chrome. Have a great night. Take care. Bye.